last week, but they will take the game to West Bromwich Albion tonight, that is for sure. Well, here are the teams, starting with West Bromwich Albion, the home side, decked in indigo and white stripes. Just one change for them. Matt Phillips drops to the bench, and in comes Grady Diangana. After the departure of Sam Johnston, David Button continues in goal. Okay, Yukoshlu is getting back to full fitness, so Livermore and Malumbi screen the defence. Watch out for John Swift, who can produce a bit of magic just behind the front line. Well, Watford are unchanged from the opening night win over Sheffield United. It's a back three with Kayembe and Cleverley again in midfield, an area West Brom will probably try to target. The wing-backs Sema and Kamara were terrific last week, but it is the front three of Sarr, Dennis and João Pedro who everyone's talking about. They scored 18 of Watford's 34 Premier League goals last season and continue to look a threat. The referee tonight is no stranger to taking charge of a large group. Former physical education teacher Tim Robinson, who is in his 11th season as an EFL referee. He sent off one each from both Cardiff and Norwich last week in a spicy game. Grant Hanley and Perry Ng both dismissed in what was a fiery encounter. The two captains just going through the formalities before we get off and underway at the Hawthorns tonight. And before we do start this evening, there will be a slight pause. A minute's applause for Bobby Hope, the former West Bromwich Albion player, League Cup winner and FA Cup winner with the Baggies. Back in 1968, they won the FA Cup alongside Jeff Astle and Tony Bomber Brown. He was in that team, and he passed away earlier this year. Some of his teammates from those teams there tonight, and there is Tony Bomber Brown, who is commentating for local radio this evening. Time for the first Championship home game of the season for West Bromwich Albion in what they hope will be a terrific campaign at the Hawthorns. Watford, who were roared on last week at home in an intimidating atmosphere tonight, now they have to show that they can perform on their travels. Rob Edwards has picked the same first 11 as he did last week. He says he is not afraid to change a winning team, but there was no need to do so ahead of tonight's encounter with West Brom. And before we start, all of the players take the knee, with the exception of Emmanuel Dennis, to ask for racial equality and social justice. No rest if you want success. The second of 7 games each for these two in August, the month where you can't win anything, but you can find yourself playing catch-up very quickly if you are not up to speed. And after a cagey start to the Championship season, there are a few more goals around on the second weekend of action. Almost double the number of goals that we got in the first round of matches. Let's hope that that trend continues tonight. Rob Edwards' team nullified a really strong Sheffield United team on that opening night fixture, and they countered well. They probably should have won by more goals than the 1-0. He certainly instilled the intensity and high pressing that was on display whilst he was in charge at Forest Green Rovers in League Two last season. And it has translated very quickly to the Watford team. Watford shooting from right to left in this first half in yellow shirts. The stripes are West Bromwich Albion, attacking the goal away to our right. Cathcart under a little bit of pressure, trying to clear for Watford. So they're looking for Dennis. It's tidied up by O'Shea. Kabasele getting just a little bit too tight to Grady Diangana. Certainly the West Bromwich Albion fans believe that they will get more out of him this season. It did cost West Bromwich Albion £18 million from West Ham in September 2020. I'm not sure the West Ham fans were too happy about that. I'm not sure the West Brom fans feel they've got their value yet. Bottom. This is Connor Townsend. Swift, who scored the only goal for West Brom away at Middlesbrough last week. It's good football from West Brom. Darnell Furlong. And again. Now forcing the fourth corner of the evening. Bright start by West Bromwich Albion. Summer signing Jed Wallace is going to take the set piece. Does have height to aim at. Semi Ajayi is up from the back. It's floated in towards the back edge of the 6-yard box. Not dealt with by the Watford defence. It comes out here and it's spooned over the top. Decent save from Daniel Bartman from Darnell Furlong. And he has racked up over 100 league games for West Brom now, Darnell Furlong. And this was a cracking opportunity to open his account for the season. Just dropped nicely out of the air for him. Connected beautifully, and it was a very good agile save from Bartman. Comes back in again, another chance and another big save. Carlin Grant with a swivel and hit. And Bartman with the second successive super stop. Another chance. And they are queuing up inside that 18-yard box to register shots on target at Bartman's goal. The second cross came in. And it fell inside the box to Grant, who was onside, swiveled very quickly. And that's another neat reaction save from Daniel Bartman. Well, he made the most appearances of any goalkeeper that played in the Premier League last season without keeping a clean sheet, but he did manage to keep one last season, and so far Daniel Bartman has kept out Darnell Furlong and Carlin Grant. All the talk in the build-up to the game was about the Watford front three, but it's been West Brom who have looked the more incisive. Trick from Dennis, which didn't quite come off first time. Kayambu's ball to the far post wasn't particularly accurate. Tim Robinson has spotted something here. Sierralta. Got under a little bit of pressure, manages to clear. Knocked on by Sema. And Emmanuel Dennis is trying to give Semi Ajayi a bit of a problem. Succeeding in doing that. Ajayi reacted well. Swift. Townsend combining well with Diangana and forcing Sierralta to put the ball out for another corner. It's the third of the game. We've only played 7 minutes. Watford is being tested early on by West Bromwich Albion. Grant has gone right towards the goalkeeper, Furlong, O'Shea and Ajayi, joining them in a very tightly packed 6-yard box, which Tim Robinson, the referee, is just trying to ensure doesn't become a melee. Another decent-looking corner, only half cleared. Mulumby, Swift. Another chance for Wallace to cross. Sierralta manages to get it out, but he's still plugging away. West Brom. Diangana's delivery. And Ajayi couldn't steer the header on target. And it's been an onslaught for 8 minutes. This is the early chance for Karlan Grant. Good save by Bartman. He was going the other way. Just managed to stick his left leg out just at the right time to push the ball over the top of the crossbar. So productive last season after being acquired for £15 million from Huddersfield. Karlan Grant almost got off to the perfect start. That doesn't look like something you would describe as perfect. Darnell Furlong just getting a little bit of treatment after getting a whack on his nose. It was an inadvertent right arm, left arm from Emmanuel Dennis. That's a competitive league, the Championship. How long he is in it is up for much debate. Emmanuel Dennis has been linked with a number of Premier League clubs and beyond. Steve Bruce has lost a striker in the last 24 hours. Daryl Dike, who came off the bench against Middlesbrough last week, is injured. Picked up a thigh injury in training yesterday, and Steve Bruce revealed just moments before kickoff that he thinks it is a bad one. The long ball for João Pedro to chase. Ajayi just trying to see that out and successfully doing so. Will be a test tonight, the pace of João Pedro up against Semi Ajayi. We've had 71% possession so far in the game. Wallace going to cause more problems for Watford. And yet to have a shot on goal. Furlong. It's a decent looking cross, just a little bit too high for Grant. Showing no ill effects from that bloodied nose. He steered it into the corner and his cross was deep, but just a little bit too deep on that occasion. Steve Bruce does allow his players, encourages them to express themselves. He has acquired some good talent in the summer. And Wallace is certainly one of those. Lumby. Livermore. It's a good take by Ismail Assar, who spotted the goalkeeper off his line. Oh my word, that is sensational. Ismail Assar has not scored for Watford since the win over Manchester United in November 2021. I think we can say it was worth the wait. An instinctive, innovative goal that puts Watford in front. Well, West Brom had possession. It was a simple header away by Cathcart, taken down brilliantly, and from inside his own half he spotted the keeper off his line. That, quite simply, is sensational. Little look up, an accurate chip, and Watford have the lead. Well, you can only stand and admire that, because it is a thing of beauty. A simply terrific goal. And Steve Bruce, who was saying that he was pretty concerned about that front three, certainly had every right to be. You don't see many goals like that. A first shot on goal and a first shot on target, and certainly a memorable one. Offside flag is up against Ismail Assar. Look at that terrific effort. Little glance just beforehand. He's seen where David Button is. The goalkeeper's backpedaling, but the ball's moving too fast and he's never going to get there. Exquisite, accurate, a delectable effort. I think we already have a contender for goal of the season. Wallace looking to respond for West Brom. Kept alive. This is Connor Townsend. John Swift trying to trick his way past a bunch of yellow jerseys. And in the end, there was no way through. Townsend driving forward, trying to make something happen, but Watford backed up really well on the edge of the box. Incredibly well organised, Watford. Rob Edwards was appointed at the end of the Premier League season. He did watch the last few games, so he knew what to expect. Wasted no time in getting to work. will certainly pierce the atmosphere at the Hawthorns. After a bright start from West Brom, they find themselves behind. Mulumby. Wallace, it's a decent looking ball, and it's dealt with once again by Francisco Ciralta, Chilean international. Once again, Tim Robinson having to deal with a little bit of pushing and shoving inside the 6-yard box. Bartman appealing to Colin Grant's more generous side. Wallace's corner. Tapped it up far post, but steered away by Watford. Munby trying to recycle it, Sarr charging it down. Wallace, lovely little touch. Keeps it alive for West Brom. Swift trying to get beyond Tom Cleverley, who was diving in, scrapping for it, and the Watford captain ends up doing enough to get his team possession of the football. A few little instructions from Rob Edwards to Emmanuel Dennis. The speed of Sarr putting pressure on Dara O'Shea. Ajayi being hunted by Dennis. Furlong. Good touch by Grant. And Swift didn't get it immediately under control. For Townsend, who was coming in from that left full-back position. Diangana. Neat touch. Driving at the Watford defence. Once the ball back, didn't quite get it. Grant spreading the play, but not reaching Jed Wallace. Wallace again. It's a decent-looking cross! And Grant misfired. It was a teasing ball from that right-hand side. Karlan Grant came steaming in. This is a wicked delivery. And betwixt the two of them, actually, I don't know who got the final touch, but Grant went in at the front of that, did get the outside of his shin, and it's a goal kick. It's a big chance. Cleverley's been robbed by Diangana. And space for Wallace on this near side. He's chosen Grant instead. Takes a deflection. And that was just enough of an intervention from Kabasele to steer it behind for a corner. A little bit sloppy in midfield from Tom Cleverley. Just getting caught by Diangana, who immediately wanted to release Grant. He did have an option for Wallace on this near side. It might have been a better option. Another West Brom corner. Heading towards Furlong. Took another deflection. It might go out for a sixth. No doubt that West Brom have applied more pressure than Watford in the opening 20 minutes of this game. That wonder goal. Still separating the two teams. Karlan Grant has had a couple of really good openings in this first portion of the match. Swift takes over corner duties. Looks as if there's been a head injury here. Kabasele's gone to ground. Immediately attention is called for. Gives Rob Edwards the chance to get more of his messages across. He has had to deal with constant speculation about the front three, but so far no one has taken João Pedro, Sarr or Dennis, two of whom he's speaking to at this moment in time. And if that is the case on September the 2nd, then Rob Edwards will be a happy man. If he can keep them, he will be delighted. He'll believe they've got a chance of going straight back up into the Premier League. And we've certainly seen the qualities of Ismaila Sarr in the opening 22 minutes of the game. If he can't keep hold of them, then he'll want to get as much out of them between now and then. Certainly he's got something out of him. Goal of the season locked in already? Quite possibly. First goal since November. Did struggle with a hamstring injury last season, but they're expecting more goals from him this campaign. Cavaselli is back on his feet now, but he's got some spotting of blood, so he's got to change his jersey. Liverpool. Aiming for Wallace once again. And Sema got the final touch on that, and it's out for a Watford throw. Right side has been quite productive. Jed Wallace possesses Premier League delivery. Darnell Furlong has an incredibly dangerous throw. Incoming torpedo alert. Aimed in towards that near post, and it was flicked on. Dara O'Shea got up there, but no one was coming round the back post, and he's frustrated by that. And so is Steve Bruce. Really accurate throw from Darnell Furlong. There's just no one to capitalise. And that little flick from Dara O'Shea. Cleverly. Liverpool. Townsend stuck it into the channel. Grant's done well to hold on to it. And there was a little bit of pressure from behind by Sirialta. Just trying to fire that ball into Wallace, but Wallace wasn't in that position. It was pretty easy for Cathcart to come and tidy up. West Brom don't want to have their rhythm disrupted after such a bright start to the game, in which they have spurned several really good opportunities. João Pedro. Sema. Jean Pedro. Sema again. Dennis peeling away into that left channel. Very congested out there, and the cross comes to O'Shea. Further. Finding Wallace. Grant trying to hold on to it. Kayembe a little bit too eager to try and win the ball from the wrong side, and Tim Robinson immediately blows his whistle. Kayembe's not happy about it, nor was Rob Edwards on the touchline. Bit clumsy. Don't have too many complaints about that. Livermore. One by Jean Pedro. Well kept by him too. This is Kayembe again. Patricia Barton manages to clear. Just a little bit of a mix-up. Showing a bit of his Latin moves. Serralta. Immediately fired forward for Grant. Still Carlin Grant tried to stop the ball, and that allowed Serralta to get across and stab clear. Just didn't really have the pace to get away from the Chilean. Kayembe. Jean Pedro has dropped deeper and deeper the longer the half has gone on. Dennis. Kamara up in support, ended up wandering out of play. How many times has he got into that penalty area tonight? It's a good ball forward by Mulumby. Just couldn't get away from Serralta. And as he turned back, he invited the challenge. Again getting a little bit too close, this time to Furlong. Giving away a free kick, which Jake Wallace will fancy delivering. This has certainly been fertile ground for West Bromwich Albion in the first half. Most of their attacks coming down this right-hand side. Best delivery he's managed tonight. I'm sure he felt he was fouled. Jean Pedro wriggling out of a tight spot, almost releasing Ismail Assar, who might get it anyway. And it's a decent-looking ball, and Dennis was lurking at the back post, and that was a timely intervention from Townsend. The danger not past. Kamara. It was miles wide in the end, but Townsend's intervention was vital. Livermore's ball didn't quite have enough on it. It's deflected into the path of Sarr, who immediately saw the movement of Dennis. Luckily, Townsend read the flight of it. Dean Garner got caught with the ball between his feet there, and then Tom Cleverley inadvertently punished for running into him. Furlong wants it wide. Wallace is further out to the touchline. Taking on Sema, trying to get the better of him, but Sema was strong enough to deal with that. Good work by Ajayi. Malumbu. Crowd not happy about the fact that Sarr's spending too much time on the floor. The referee has stopped the game because Sarr is still down, and we're going to check to see if he needs any treatment. There was a briefing in which the officials have been told to try and minimise stoppages as much as possible. It doesn't look like it's a head injury for Ismaila Sarr. And Tim Robinson is having to deal with complaints that he should not have stopped the game. The explanation to Livermore is forthcoming, but there is still a degree of frustration. He did get a whack under the chin, so they had to be a little bit careful. West Brom have got a lot of players who have got experience in the team, players who have been around the Championship, and they've had the best of the chances in this first half up until this point. But the sides are divided by a wonder goal from Ismaila Sarr, one that you will see over and over again. I don't think they'll tire of it, unless you're David Button. Dean Garner. Swift. This is Furlong, who's encouraged to shoot. He does. It hits Cathcart. Nobody keeps it alive. Darnell Furlong's got it back again. It's another decent delivery, another chance and another save. Swift this time denied by Buckman. Back in again, and Carlin Grant leaning backwards steers it over the top. He has come to Watford's rescue on a number of occasions. This time from John Swift, who scored the equaliser last week against Borough. Furlong's delivery. And Swift managed to just get enough on it to steer it on target. You still can't believe that he didn't manage to bulge the net. There's a bit of criticism about the way that he was using his feet last week in the match at Sheffield United, but I think there'll be too much criticism from Watford fans about his performance tonight. He's kept them in the game. Well, there's the shots on target. If that was a scoreline, it might be more reflective of the dominance in the game that West Brom has shown up until this point. Townsend. Tried to keep it in, but it was in vain. Steve Bruce's side were pegged back against Middlesbrough in the first half. It was a tough game for them to start the season. This isn't much easier in terms of opposition level. And it's certainly a very watchable game against Borough, end to end. And this has been a really watchable one too. But he will feel that his team should have been on the score sheet in that first 36 minutes that we've had so far at the Hawthorns. Sarr lays it off to João Pedro. Looks for the return. Ajayi just about gets there, and then Furlong hits it against Sema. Caused a little bit of confusion. It's still alive, and Button has to come and claim. Kent crowd wanted a free kick against Sirolta. He didn't see one being necessary. Experienced defender Semi Ajayi now, 28 years of age, is a Nigerian international. Him and O'Shea formed a partnership at the heart of the West Brom defence. Finding Wallace, another decent cross which this time is fielded. Second bite of the cherry, and the acrobatics don't quite come off Grady Diangana. He's had a productive spell. He's going for the near post this time, just a bit easier to cut out. But Jed Wallace, who almost scored a worldie last week, catching Zach Stefan off his line. Signing a free transfer from Millwall, is giving Ken Sema something to think about. Townsend. Readies the touches from Diangana. And Sarr is away again, and he's in behind this time, and it's stopped by Button. And he got the better of Ajayi, who tried to force him wide, but he still came up with a shot on target, which David Button had to be alert to save. He is a handful, isn't he? Not a mistake, but just seeing the ball turn over quickly. And Sarr was in. He's so fast, so difficult to deal with. And even when he was off balance, he was able to produce the shot. Well, I don't think he'll be too happy about the way his team has performed in the opening 40 minutes of the game. Wallace. Kafka might have handed it back to him. He'll leave it for Darnell Furlong. The Watford defence will know what to expect. Another opportunity for West Brom to launch this one. Into a congested penalty area. Just look at that near post. Ajayi's in there, Carlin Grant there, Dara O'Shea going to join as well. Aimed towards that near post area, prodded away by Cathcart. Furlong recycling it. It's a long ball by Button, who's found Grant. In turn, helped it on to Wallace, who's got it back again. Some discussions about Ken Sema and his performance last week at left wing back, especially defensively. He can go forward well enough. And certainly Jed Wallace is forcing him back. And it's another opportunity for Darnell Furlong. Catapult this one into that 6-yard box, and it was missed initially and then steered behind by Siralta. And it's another West Bromwich Albion corner. Swift this time into that near post. Brought down by Grant, pounded away by KMB. Well, if the Baggies were a little bit fortunate not to concede 1 or 2 more in their match with Borough last weekend, they certainly could have scored at least one during this first half at the Hawthorns tonight. And they will be left with a sense of frustration going in at the break if they're not to get on level terms. Chase the ball out towards the near touchline. And Diangana have just switched wings for the final few minutes of the first half. And it has helped by winning another set piece, another throw in from this near side. The old pink towel comes out again. Four minutes added at the end of the first 45. And West Brom make the most of it. Oh, that's dropped in a dangerous area. Comes back out to the edge of the box, still not clear. Now a chance to race away. And there was a little tug back, I think, by Malumbi as Watford threatened to escape. And a yellow card here as well. Just saw that Watford had the opportunity to break quickly, and he wanted to prevent that. Jason Malumbi gets a yellow card as a result. Just watch this ball breaks away, he just comes across, sticks his arm round the midriff. The referee had no hesitation. Our first booking of the night. Into stoppage time we go at the end of the first half. Wallace. Looking for Grant once again. Serralta called into action once more. They've been the busier of the two defences tonight. Furlong reloads. Several corners, loads of long throws, nothing counting so far. Can this be the moment it changes? No, Bartman's up again.
for Grant. He's in behind again. This is a chance, and this time he sticks it away. He finally finishes. And it's certainly nothing more than West Bromwich Albion deserved for that first half showing. An equaliser on the stroke of half-time comes from Karlan Grant, and the 18-goal man from last season is off and running. Now, he's been lively right from the very start, and as soon as that ball was sent forward, he timed his run to perfection. Just got lost by Siralta and Cathcart. It was a good takedown and a cracking finish and relief for Steve Bruce. His team deserved that. The first goal of the season for Karlan Grant. And a bit of relief for him too. Might encourage West Brom, who probably now don't want the half-time whistle to blow. Dennis with a bit of pressure. And be winning it back. O'Shea forward. Might come for Wallace here, does. Just dollied that one up for Barkman. He's a poacher, a goal scorer, sometimes can be guilty of missing chances, and certainly that was the case up until scoring that goal that sees it level at the break. And Steve Bruce has lost more of his games in charge of West Brom than he's won, but his team are more than competing with one of the Championship's more potent attacks. Ismaila Sarr showed how impressive he can be with the ball at his feet, with a wonder goal scored early on in the game, but Karlan Grant eventually dragging West Brom level just before the break after a number of chances. They certainly had the best of the action in that first 45 minutes. It's half-time at the Hawthorns and all to play for. West Bromwich Albion